Duncan on lies. The Primordial Demon ladies are overrated. With the final volume of Tensura rolling out in November, it's time I kicked off this series properly. Duncan on lies. And my first victims? The so-called terrifying Primordial Demon ladies. Yeah, I said victims. Let's go. The cap. The fandom loves to repeat this nonsense. Blanc, Violet, and John are the strongest after Diablo. Wrong. Flat out wrong. Blanc the wise. Not. In the manga, we see Diablo recruiting the Primordial ladies. Blanc acts all high and mighty, asking if he's serious, like, one demon lord commanding all four primordials? Surely you jest. And then, in her arrogance, she accepts, strutting around as if she's Diablo's equal and rival. Here's the thing. Blanc is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. She's arrogant, haughty, and frankly, dumb when it comes to reality checks. She's not a reliable narrator. She's just a demon with a big mouth and too much pride. Stop treating her word as gospel. Rimuru didn't need them. By the time these ladies rolled up, Rimuru already had people at Primordial Demon level in his corner. They're called his executives. Frankly, he was surprised when he met them. Not in a good way. He thought Primordial Demons were absolute, indomitable monsters, but what he got were 3 skinny witches. Minus the broomsticks. Listen, Diablo himself admits in Volume 11 when he tells Guy that he can't rest on his laurels. Others are right on his tail. Meaning? Rimuru's executives are already brushing shoulders with Diablo-level power. Blanc and her sisters? They're only his errand girls. At the top of subordinate tier, but absolutely not executive level. Their big weakness, no hands. Let's talk weaknesses. At the highest level, demon fights are just hurling massive magic at each other, exchanging loud and flashy explosions. That's it. Fuse literally says this when Diablo faces Rain in Volume 11. That's all the Primordial ladies know how to do. Make things go boom. They're basically walking around with grenades in their pockets. Ultima even admits in Volume 15 that she never thought she'd need to actually move her body in a fight. Imagine that. Ian's old, but no hands. Meanwhile, Veldora and Hakuro are out here actually training in martial arts, refining techniques, and building styles that let someone like Zijin walk circles around these witches. The harsh truth, they're just grimoires. Let me be brutal. The Primordial ladies aren't warriors with indomitable techniques or anything of the sort. They're grimoires, autonomous grimoires. Girls with big magic books for brains. They've got the magicules, they've got the forbidden spells, they've got the nuclear codes. But as fighters? They're frauds. Immortality? Please. One good crack at their core, and it's over. That's it. Bye-bye Primordial. Firepower? Useless if your opponent actually knows how to fight. They're feared because they could blow up the planet, not because they're good at actually fighting someone on their level. Proof in the Zijin pudding. Zijin wiped the floor with them. Again, and again, and again. All he had was a Demon Lord seed, a couple extra skills, and Veldora's martial arts. That's it. Yet these so-called ancient, great ones couldn't even scratch him. Why? Because he had techniques. They had fireworks. Hakuro would clap them too. Easily. Yes, I said it. Old man Hakuro would absolutely body these witches one-on-one without breaking a sweat. He sparred with Malim and lived to tell the tale. Look, even Rimuru admitted that if he didn't use his 4 ultimate skills, he'd not win against Hakuro. That Hakuro trained Chien, Benimaru, and Soi into the monsters we're all hyped about today. His blade speed and technique are so sharp the Primordials would never even land a spell. They can't handle raw, refined technique. Hakuro is absolutely leagues above them. Executives versus Primordials. Let's do some matchups because this is where it gets fun. Testa Rosa versus Geld. Geld takes it 9 times out of 10. His defensive style, healing magic plus recovery magic, and his 2 unique skills grind her into the dirt. Testarossa versus Chien. Chien's optimal action locks onto weaknesses, and her raw power shreds through anything Testarossa throws. That's 0 wins out of 10 for white hair, no contest. Testarossa versus Benimaru. Only Benimaru's speed and predictive ability means she literally can't hit him. He crits her every time, though. That's another unanimous loss for white Bakuin. Even the so-called strongest of the 3 demonesses is a walking L against Rimuru's top brass. Then Violet and John are so out of their depth. Real strength in Tensura. The story spells it out again and again. Power without skill means nothing. Energy and existence value are just numbers. What wins fights is refined technique and execution. Zijin clears the Primordial ladies. Hakuro stomps the Primordial ladies. Benimaru, Chien, Geld, Soi, even Ranga are climbing higher while the Primordials are stuck in magic spam mode. They're not executive level. They're just the strongest scrubs in the subordinate tier. My verdict. Let's call it what it is. The Primordial Demon ladies are overhyped spellbooks for brains. Flashy, destructive, scary on paper, sure. But in practice, they're not strong. They're not Benimaru's rivals, nor Shine's rivals, nor Zijin's rivals. Hakuro would fold them in half and be home in time for dinner. They're only the strongest if you're comparing them to literal subordinates like Gabwa or Sauka. Past Gabiru? Forget it. They're out of their depth. So yeah, if you thought Blanc and her sisters were top dogs, I hope I ruined your day. Because that's the point of Dunking on Lies. And next time? Who knows? But you can bet there's another beloved fan misconception waiting to get cooked.